Shalom or Shalom. I miss you. I miss being together in person and singing together, hearing our voices blend in a room. I miss hugging each other, sharing food, all the things that are the core of what we have been used to doing together over a long time. I was just in a meeting with some of our leaders, and we really actually identified exactly those three things as the core practices of Or Shalom: hugging, eating together, and singing together. And we don't have any of them available to us right now. It's hard. And all of us are experiencing that loss and many, many other layers of loss. I've been talking to many of you lately who are facing particularly challenging times. Some of us have lost loved ones and are grieving and mourning them without being able to turn to all of the gatherings that we would ordinarily have in person in this kind of circumstance. Many of you have loved ones who are going through medical challenges, some with COVID, some with other circumstances, and again, we're blocked from being able to show up in person and be supporting those that we love in their time of need. It is excruciating. Some of you have lost jobs. Some of you are facing terrible, terrible circumstances of uncertainty. And some of us are just stressed out to our max because we're trying to hold down telecommuting and parenting and homeschooling all at the same time in one household. Some of us are in tremendous isolation and looking every day for things to fill our time and our hearts when we can't turn to all of the activities that we're used to. So we're all experiencing this time in different ways, but one common experience I think that we all share is grief. The grief over the loss of what we had been used to for a lifetime, of the ways that we connect with each other, and so on and so forth. So it's a struggle. And over the last couple of weeks, I've really started to feel like many of us are reaching kind of a juncture. I know for myself that when this began, I went into crisis mode and began to sprint. And it's been in the last couple of weeks that I've realized this isn't going to end soon. And I need to transition from sprinting into a different kind of pace that's going to be something that is sustainable over a longer period of time, from a sprint to a marathon, if you want to think of it that way. In fact, I think a lot of us have been talking in those metaphors, and I recently came across something from a colleague of mine, Rabbi Joshua Lesser, who serves a congregation in Atlanta, and he said something really wise. The context was that his community has recently gone through a very elaborate and thorough process to figure out the policies that are going to guide them as they emerge from the total lockdown. And it's been a very thoughtful, deep process for them. I think their community has some people who are sitting on the CDC, so they have really thought through the details of how it's going to work. And as he was introducing that policy, he said, we're talking about sprints, we're talking about marathons, but actually, really, this might not be linear at all. It might not be that we're going from here to there. It might be that the pandemic is a time that's more like dancing, where we're approaching and retreating, moving and going from side to side, back and forth into different modalities. It may not be just a sprint or just a marathon at all. And that seemed incredibly wise to me. So we face all this uncertainty. We can't even be certain. We might not know how long our race is. It's not even a race in one direction. It might be forward and backward. It might be side to side. It reminds me a little bit of what our ancestors may have felt as they faced the long journey of the wilderness. This week's Torah portion, Bamidbar, is setting us right in the middle of that journey through the unknown, along with our ancestors. And it's a great comfort to me to think that we're not the first generation who has faced uncertainty. We're not the first Jews who have had to adapt and evolve to very challenging circumstances. Our movement, the Reconstructing Judaism movement, is a movement which actually embraces change and recognizes that over history, Jews have been always evolving, always changing, always transforming what Jewish practice looks like, how we integrate the wisdom of whatever time we're in and allow it to change how we're living our Judaism. So it's comforting to me to think that we too are a part of that story of adapting and evolving. And it's hard and painful to have to do it so quickly. Or Shalom, I'm proud of Or Shalom. We have leapt right into whole new modalities of connecting with each other and creating sacred space, whether it's through these kinds of videos and Zoom sessions, or whether it's with something more elaborate. It was such a joy to see Kolenu launch last weekend, a festival of Jewish music and wisdom online that just came together under the leadership of our new music director, Mikey Pauker, and many others on our team. It's been a joy to see us embracing this moment in that way and using our creativity, using our strengths and abilities to respond to this moment with resilience. So it's in us. We will get through this. And in the meantime, I just want to particularly invite you to reach out. If you are in isolation, if you're in loneliness, if you're in despair, if you are struggling, please know that you're not alone. You don't need to go through it alone. I'm here, or Shalom is here. We want to hear from you. And if you're struggling, even just on a practical level, and it would be helpful to have groceries delivered to you or other kinds of things that are possible for us to take off of your plate, please let us know. That's what this community is here for. And of course, if you just need a sympathetic ear or a caring heart, if you are in need of some perspective or someone to just bounce ideas with, someone to listen and care about the struggles that you're going through, that's also what we're here for. So even in this time of separation, none of us needs to be alone. And Or Shalom is here. We will be continuing to adapt, continuing to evolve. And at our core, we remain a community that cares, a community of relationships between people, of vibrant spiritual life, intellectual inquiry, and that hasn't changed. There are eternal things about ourselves, about our community, about our tradition that are solid, even as many of the circumstances of our day-to-day lives may be in flux. So please reach out if you need. We'll keep reaching out. There are so many ways to connect now, and we'll keep finding new ways. Shabbat Shalom.